Hey guys, it's me, my face, and not a whole lot else. Hey guys, first off, I want to say welcome. I have a ton of new subscribers. I have a sneaking suspicion that most of you have come here via Stephanie over at Lindy Stitches, so a huge shout out to her. Thank you so much for even knowing my name. But welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself. And if you do enjoy yourself, let me know down in the comments. And if you don't enjoy yourself, alrighty then. I'm teasing. I'm not for everybody. Just saying. When you are new to a channel, it's always nice to let somebody know how you found them. It's kind of interesting to know where your traffic comes from and where your subscribers come from. But also, if you come from somebody's video that I might like, I might not know they exist. So it would be nice if I could go check them out. So right off the bat, we're going to do the usual caveats. I did not stitch a lot this week. I did not stitch on many things this week. I only stitched about 3 nights. But the nights that I stitched for about 3 hours. So, evens out. I don't know if I should try to keep track of how many hours a week I stitch. I feel like that would just stress me out. Because I would either set myself a goal that if I don't reach it, it would annoy me. Or I would say, well, last week I stitched for 20 hours and this week I've stitched for 2 and who do I think I am? And you know how I get. You know how I get. So I don't know, maybe that's not the best idea. But I did make some fairly good progress. So we'll start with Death by Cross Stitch. You are seeing where I left off. And apologies for wiggling. I worked all down here. I got me some purple done. I know, I stopped in the middle of a purple flower. That's very unlike me. But I was exhausted. I think I stitched for probably 3 or more hours that night. And I got so much done. I think I'm making peace with the whole alphabet situation as far as the monogram goes. I've definitely decided to wait until the end. I have it charted out if I decide to do the 1/1. I have plenty of time before this thing is done to either find a comparable alphabet or right in here is going to be a smaller alphabet. So maybe I just use that. I don't know. But I think I'm less annoyed at the whole prospect of just leaving that empty for now and moving forward. The next thing I worked on is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I only worked on it one night. It was last night. And I did it while I was watching, what did we watch? Chernobyl Diaries, which was not a good movie, but not the worst movie. I mean, it was no Ishtar. On the other hand, it was no Ishtar. But I did manage to get, again, I'm coming around the side here, another big old pumpkin. They do not stitch up as fast as I like to think they do. I say to myself, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to bang out that pumpkin. Well, that pumpkin's got 4 colors in it. And apparently it matters where I put them. Seriously. But I guess the end result you can't argue with because those pumpkins are adorbs. I'm hoping tonight, if I have the mental and emotional energy, to either do the last big pumpkin or start the scarecrow, because the scarecrow also has a couple of ravens with him. And I might be using that petite Sulky Petite. Yeah, it was going to come to me. I will give that a try on this block to see what the coverage is like for the ravens. So we'll see how that goes. The last thing I stitched on this week is actually a finish. I finally now officially really do have all of the primitive hair, freebie, holiday, thingamathings, little patterns. So cute. So cute. Look at the shape. Look at him. I actually think that I have some maybe darker fabric than this. I want to just do a row of these sheep, just in a little, like a conga line of sheep. If I could find sheep and ducks, conga line. I'm onto something here. It's good to have a finish. I have in my head, probably, they're not in my head, they're actually in my computer. I want to say 20 smalls saved that I want to just line up and start doing. I am really enjoying having the smalls. It's not something that I got into before, and I should have, because when I get mucked down with these big projects, these are great to knock out and just do a little work on. You'll notice that I did not work on Christmas hair. I'm not talking to Christmas hair right now. We had a bit of a falling out. We're just giving each other some space. But yeah, I've been spending a good deal of time importing PDFs of my patterns, other people's patterns. I paid for them, so they're my patterns, into OneNote, which is like the best suggestion I got ever. And what I do is I print the PDF, just like the pages I want, because these are mostly out of my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine subscription, which I just renewed because I went to download the fall one and they're like, no, pay. I was like, but I did it. I've been taking, like, I just print like the picture and then the pattern and then the color key. So if it's 2 or 3 pages, I print those directly to OneNote in little pieces. So they're just in little chunks. I don't have to go through the whole magazine to figure out which thing I liked in there. That's awesome. Those are building up. Seriously building up. And I downloaded the fall Punch Needle. And I think there's probably 7 patterns in there that I need to stitch. It's so exciting. I almost wish if I had time and space in my head to do another hobby, Punch Needle might be something that I like. At first I looked at it and I was like, that looks gross. That looks like a towel. I don't want a bath mat. But now I look at the actual patterns and I want them. I want to do them. So if they're not going to be in cross stitch, I may have to break down and learn how to punch needle, next. Coincidentally, included in this season's issue is a pattern from Stephanie at Lindy Stitches. Yeah, that's on the list already. So I know a couple of weeks ago, I threatened to put together a small pattern and hand it out to you all, set it forth out into the universe to let us have a good time with. And I didn't do it last week. And this week, I still didn't do it, but I did it. I didn't do anything new. I didn't design anything specifically, but I thought, why not share one of my favoriteest things, the thing that I've become most associated with, that's not my hair. It's fine. It's fine. Sometimes we all need to remember that thing that you're agonizing over, that thing that you're nitpicking at, the thing that you say that you're just not doing well enough, you are. It's fine. Your best is fine. You're doing so much better than you think you're doing. because we are harder on ourselves than we are on anybody else in the universe. It's fine. So down below, there'll be a link. I think I have some web space that I can use, but I also could just put it, I think, out in Google Docs. One way or another, you can get the pattern. If for some reason it fails for you, email me and I can always email it to you. It is free to use. It is free to share. I just ask that nobody try to sell it as if you would. It's fine, but that's not fine. Quick reminder from last week, Marsha, I owe you a pattern. I don't think I have seen an email or an Instagram message from you about the caladium and water lilies pattern from a couple weeks ago. So if you still want it, send over your address, or if I've missed your address, please send it again. If you don't want it, it's absolutely fine. It's no problem. Just let me know and we'll do it again. My nest egg came. Oh yeah. I am so happy I signed up for this. They came just perfect. They're all nice and neat and pretty. Look at these colors. You can't see that because the light is too bright. I'm having a great deal of color issues. Everything looks great on my phone. And then once I get it into my computer, everything's washed out. And then I play with the color and the contrast, and then I upload it, and I hate the way it looks. So I'm working. But let me see if getting on the white wall. I mean, they're colorful. You can see that. What did I get? This is the Classic Colorworks nest egg from Trisha at 3 Hours. Trisha, I should know this by now, but 3 Owl Threads. She's amazing. These are amazing. I got Saint Bernard, which is a kind of nice gray. I love me a neutral. Queen Bee, which is a nice golden yellow. Sponge Sugar, which is very pink. Not entirely sure I'll have a home for that, but we'll see. Sugared Violets is a nice, I'm going to keep trying this even though we know it's not going to work. That's my face. Stop seeing my face. It's a nice variegated light purple. Sunshine Girl, you can see that. I know you can see that. That's like egg yolk going on there. Again, don't know if that's going to be my speed, but Strawberry Parfait is another nice pink. Prickly Pear is a similar color, but much more variegated. I like that. I like that a lot. In something, because pink is not really my thing, but if I needed to use pink, that would be an interesting, nice pink. And we have Tabby, which is like a very light, like a pearl gray. Why do I keep holding them up? My focus is off. You can't see the colors. Why do I do this? Rainy Day. Rainy Day is my new favorite thing. Rainy Day. It is very purple. It is very variegated, which I like. So all these little smalls that I keep looking at, I think the next one I start has got to use that one. And the last one is Shrimp Cocktail, which I just think is fun, but it is a nice like corally kind of pink. Stop holding them up. They can't see them, Andrea. God. So fortunately or unfortunately, that is all the haul I got this week. I find myself, like, I want to do some retail therapy, but I am trying to be somewhat more responsible in, like, I need jeans. I need some jeans. I've worn through many of my jeans. I really shouldn't have to force myself to go buy me some clothes. I need clothes to go to work. If I don't have clothes, I'm going to end up in HR. So this really shouldn't be that tough of a thing, but when I say, oh, do I want to buy some fabric? Do I want to buy some this? Or should I go get some jeans? I should go get some jeans. I got bored last weekend. I coffee dyed some things. None of them came out quite as dark as I really wanted them to. But what's interesting is like these two here, this was white. even weave. And this was like an oatmeal, linen-y, I don't know what, but they came out really similar in tone. But neither of them really as dark as I was going for. I was not having good luck. I can smell the coffee. It's amazing. I was not having good luck once I put them in the oven. I only put my oven at 200, which is the lowest it'll go, and that's where I always put it. But it's like it was burning before it was browning, which, eventually it'll just burst into flames, and that's not, optimal. So I think I got a little nervous and kind of took them out earlier than I normally would have, but I feel like if I had left them in, all the edges would have been useless and crunchy, and things would have gone terribly wrong. So maybe if I have some, energy or something later tonight, I will either maybe re-coffee dye these for a little longer, like just put them in the pot, let them sit for a couple of hours, or maybe start another batch and see if that does better. This time, I think because I drained them and squeezed them out really, really well this time, maybe going into the oven, they didn't have quite as much moisture as they usually do. So maybe they dried out before they actually started to brown. I don't know. The mechanics of cooking fabric eludes me a little. Short video this week. I think that is all I have for you. I don't have any other projects. I didn't really accomplish a whole much else. It wasn't a great week. It wasn't a terrible week. It was very stressful at work. It was very busy at work. Sometimes, because I go to therapy every other week, sometimes you go and you come out of it with this, like, I can do anything kind of attitude. And then sometimes you come out and you're just emotionally drained. And this past week, because I go on Wednesdays, I came out with that drained feeling, and it just sort of stuck with me for the rest of the week. And so I have to kind of wrestle myself back into a routine and, not being able to talk myself out of doing things like, making a video and things, because like I sat here today and I said, well, I'm back early, I can record early, which means that I can edit and get it all done, and then I can relax for the night. And I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and finally it got to be like 2:00, and I said, this is like your cutoff time. If you don't record by now, you're not going to. Go do it. Go do it. So I did, because we're all here. So it's been that kind of week. So hopefully next week is a less stressful week and we get through it safely. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments and your subscriptions, for your likes and your dislikes. Thank you for being my community. I need you.